2 stars, 1 heart, the birth of the Union. In 1958, Cairo was a city buzzing with an electric, hopeful energy. Gamal Abdel Nasser, a leader with a gaze as sharp as a desert hawk, stood in his study. He traced his fingers over a map where borders seemed like old scars waiting to heal. He didn't just see 2 countries on the paper. He saw a single heartbeat stretching from the Nile to the distant mountains. Miles away in the ancient, jasmine-scented streets of Damascus, Shukri al-Quwatli looked out from his balcony. The weight of history was heavy on his shoulders, but his heart was light with a new dream. He knew that for his people to truly thrive, they needed to be part of something larger, a union that would echo through the ages and bring strength to the region. The moment of destiny arrived when Shukri traveled to Cairo to meet Gamal. As he stepped off the plane, the 2 leaders met with a firm, brother's embrace. Their handshake wasn't just a greeting, it was the locking of 2 gears in a great machine of change. The air around them crackled with the realization that the world was watching history being rewritten in real time. They stood together on a grand balcony, overlooking a sea of people that stretched as far as the eye could see. Millions of voices rose as one, chanting for unity and a shared future. Gamal raised his hand to acknowledge the crowd, and the roar grew deafening. Shukri stood beside him, seeing in the eyes of the people not just citizens, but brothers and sisters of a brand new dawn. In a quiet, sun-drenched room, the 2 leaders sat at a heavy wooden table. Before them lay the historic document that would merge Egypt and Syria into the United Arab Republic. With a steady hand, Gamal signed his name, followed by Shukri. The scratch of the pen on the parchment was a small sound, but it signaled a thunderous change for the entire world. Outside, the new flag was hoisted for the first time, red, white, and black with 2 vibrant green stars. A teenager named Zaid watched with wide eyes as Gamal knelt down to speak with him near the flagpole. "These stars are us, Zaid," Gamal said warmly, placing a hand on the boy's shoulder. "One for Egypt, one for Syria, shining together so no one can ever lose their way again." In Damascus, the spirit of the Union took hold of the students and the youth. Shukri visited a bustling town square where a student named Laila presented him with a bouquet of fresh jasmine. "We are the architects of this new house," she said proudly. Shukri took the flowers, his eyes sparkling with pride, knowing the future of the Republic rested in such capable, dreaming hands. As the sun began to set over the Nile, Gamal and Shukri walked through a lush, green garden, discussing the challenges ahead. They knew the road to true unity wouldn't be easy, but their shared vision was a shield against doubt. They spoke of new schools, grand bridges, and a future where their children would grow up in a land without artificial divisions. Even when the nights were long and the world's politics grew complex, Gamal stayed true to the dream they had started. He often stood by his window late at night, looking up at the clear Egyptian sky. The 2 stars on the flag draped in his office seemed to mirror the stars above, reminding him that while leaders might pass, the aspiration for unity is eternal. The United Arab Republic was more than just a map. It was a moment where hope outshone fear. Years later, people would look back at 1958 as the year a great dream took flight. Gamal and Shukri, 2 men from different lands but one shared soul, stood together in history, watching the horizon of a world they had dared to change forever.